Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I achieved this halo eye using my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette in collaborations with Amrezy. And can we just take a look at the color story of this palette? It's such a cute girly palette. It's right up my alley. I just feel like if I ever made a eyeshadow palette, it would look somewhat similar to this. So for the first step in this eyeshadow look, I'm taking the shade Virgo and I'm stamping that in my middle crease area. Like pretty much I'm trying to establish a shape for my eyeshadow. So in other words, like this is going to be the prominent color in my eyeshadow look. So basically I'm just trying to make sure that I pack on this color. And to be honest, when I was packing on this color, for some reason, like I heard that like Anastasia's shadows do have a lot of fallout, but I didn't really get a lot of kickback or a lot of fallout when I was doing that, so I was actually kind of impressed. So the way I would describe this shade color is it's like a purple brown, which I was kind of not expecting, but it kind of worked out in the end for me. But I do think it's a really pretty color, and now that I know it's kind of like a purple brown, when I use it again I'll know like what to expect. So then I'm taking a lighter brown to blend out that shade, the first shade that I put down. And I'm doing this because, you know, when you're working with eyeshadow, you use different colors so that it creates like a color story on your lid. So what I'm trying to say is that whenever I particularly work with eyeshadows, I like to use different eyeshadows to complement one another. So at the end you can see like it's not just one color, it's a bunch of different colors. Hell, so if it's brown, it's not just one brown, it's 5,000 different shades of brown. You know what I mean? So so when I'm doing my halo eye, I noticed that I work a little bit backwards. So I know like typically obviously some people will start off with a transition color and then a deeper color after that, and then their deepest color. So for me, I kind of went backwards because I feel like when I put that deeper shade down first, it shows off. It shows more in the end, in my opinion. But listen, I mean, like, and I feel like it's like the least amount of work as well. But hey, like, everybody does their makeup different. There's no rules to this. It's just what you do and what works for you. Okay, boo? Okay. So yeah, just take your time when you're doing this, obviously, because it's sometimes blending the eyeshadows out is not super quick and easy, and sometimes obviously it shows when you don't take your time. So then after that, I take that lighter transition color or lighter brown. It's almost like a orange brown, I guess, and I take that and put that towards the top of the last shade that I put. And I don't know if you could tell, but it instantly did make the eyeshadow look more like a color story is happening. Like it's a deep purple brown, and then it's a brown, and then it's a light brown. So it just makes that gradient effect. And I just took that with a blending brush. This brush came with the palette. I'm not really a fan of it. It's kind of rough, but it got the job done. Then I'm just taking that brush I used in the beginning, and I'm packing that that Virgo shade back on, just to reintroduce that color to my lid, because it seems like it kind of got lost a little bit. And I'm not fully like swiveling my brush into the eyeshadow. I'm kind of taking what's already on there, and yeah, and just making sure that, you know, when I actually go to make my halo eye, like, it doesn't get lost. And if you don't understand what that means, you'll see what I mean when I do that. Then to make my halo eye, I use this micellar water that my friend Joy gifted me. Joy, oh my god, guys, I love Joy. Like, half of my collection is because of Joy. She's amazing. So if you see this video, girl, thank you. I love this this micellar water. It's so good. So basically, I just take a Q-tip and I dip it in the micellar water, and I clean my lid a little bit. And I do this because when I basically when I kind of carve out my crease area, it's kind of like a blank space, so it will make it look even more neat and more precise. Because sometimes when you use different like products to cut your crease or carve out your crease, sometimes the eyeshadow bleeds through. So this kind of helps. It's a little bit more tedious. It does take a little bit more time. So but the more you do it, you'll be more comfortable doing this process. And sometimes I see people use makeup wipes. The Q-tip is a little bit more forgiving for me than a makeup wipe, but hey, to each its own. So yeah, okay, and then I'm taking my P. Louise Acid Rain base, and I'm carving out my halo eye. So I honestly haven't really perfected my halo eye as of yet. Every time I do it, I learn something a little different about or I learn something that would help me for the next time I do it. So the first time I did my halo eye, it's actually a little bit harder in the sense that trying to get them to look symmetrical, like, you have to really make sure that one eye looks similar to the other eye. So if it's not like right in the middle on one eye, you kind of have to imitate that on the other eye, unless you want to start all over again. But yeah, just take your time. I start at the top, and then I kind of drag down the concealer onto my lid, and I try not to create any harsh lines. Like, when I do that, kind of just try to like drag it a little bit over the lid, and yeah, and I keep doing it until like the edge is pretty much sharp. And this base is not something that's for the weak. So in other words, this base is pretty thick. So if you're not used to using products like this, where like it's super thick, I would recommend maybe trying their actual eyeshadow base, the one that comes in the black tube, just because it's a little bit more thinner. So I just feel like this is something that you have to kind of know how to work with it, and honestly, a little goes a very long way, so you don't need much. So then I'm just taking a fluffy brush. This is from Real Techniques. I love Real Techniques brushes. They're so good, and they're affordable AF, and they last a long time. And I'm just tapping off the excess product that was on my lid from that acid rain. And then I go in with that first shade in the palette, and I kind of just like lightly dab it on to my where I carved out my crease. And this was a really pretty shade. It was like a off pinkish. It was very light. Like it almost reminded me of like a beige pink. And I took a detailed brush from Morphe. I think it came in the James Charles set, and I just kind of like lightly dab that that pink shade. Pretty much I kind of focus it in the center of where I carved out the crease, because I'm going to add other shades on the outside. So this is going to be the first shade that I put down. And don't really worry about like the inner corner and the outer corner, because we're going to be adding other shadows and other colors. So yeah, and just keep placing the eyeshadow until it's evenly coated on top of the acid rain base. Then I took that purple shade and I started working on the outer and inner corner of where I carved out my crease for the halo eye. And this did take a little bit of time because I wanted it to be blended out, and I didn't want it to look harsh. So just, you have to kind of like build up that purple on the outer and the inner corner, just so that it looks like all the colors are meshing together, and that it just, you can't tell where it stopped or where it began. That's the whole concept. It's all an illusion. And just learn how to trust the process, because makeup never looks the way it does in the beginning. Just always remember that. Like, it may look a little crazy, it may look a little like, what the hell am I doing? But it always comes together. Just trust the process and believe in yourself. Because at this moment I was just like, what in the hell is going on on my face, on my eyes? But in the end, I believe it came out pretty. So yeah, so when you're blending, just be very light with the brush, especially with the Anastasia shades. They are pigmented, and that is a good thing, but it is a bad thing if you don't know how to use those shades. And then, yep, I just kept building up the purple on the outer and the inner corner, and I started feeling it. I was just like, okay, this is kind of coming to life. Like, I kind of see what's happening. Then I took this Iconic Pressed Pigment palette. This palette didn't make any sense to me, but whatever, I'll go into that another time. Then I took this NYX glitter glue and I placed that over the center of my eyeshadow, because I wanted a little sparkle. I wanted something a little like, you know, a little bit boom, 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 boom. That's what I wanted. And I never used this palette since I bought it, and you would think that I did because it was so messy, but no, it came like that, by the way. Whatever. So yeah. Just lightly press that fine pigment in between, and it just gave the look what it needed to, you know. It kind of became the center of attention, and I was here for it. I was so here for it. So I felt like I needed to add some liner, and I was like, okay, If I do add liner, it has to be like just not a wing, just like a liner going around my lid. And I feel like this was needed because I feel like it kind of tied in the look in a sense. It kind of made it look a little bit more neater. Yeah, this is a Sephora collection. This is one of the best eyeliners I've ever used, and I don't know what I'm gonna do if they ever like discontinued it, because I think it was like $12. It dries so matte. And yeah, and then on top of that I put like a little bit of like a thin white liner. This is the NYX eyeliner, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to play around and see how, to be honest, I feel like I could have really done without it, but I just feel like it made it look a little bit more neater. When I say neater, I just feel like it kind of tied in the look together, you know, like it kind of, like the little touches kind of just enhanced the little two things that we did. It kind of made it look like we did a lot, but we didn't. But yeah. And of course we gotta add some lashes, because what's a look without lashes? I hate these lashes. I don't even know why I put these on, but I think, oh, maybe they were like the only ones I had at the time. But yeah, girl, it was a no for these lashes. Face, I'm prepping my face with the Glow Recipe toner, and then this NYX marshmallow primer. This primer is really good and I highly recommend it because I feel like it's good for all skin types. Yeah, it's like the weirdest primer I have. Like it's so good, but it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. Just get it and try it, and let me know in the comments if you guys tried it and if you like it. But every time I use this with my foundation, it doesn't matter what foundation it is, it comes out so pretty. And I promise you, like, I get so many like compliments like on my skin, like on my complexion, like, oh, what did you use, blah blah. And now that I think about it, I know it's this primer. So now I'm just spreading out that primer all over my face and making sure that it's even. I don't know if you could tell, but doesn't it seem like my skin is instantly becoming like so like moisturized and radiant, but at the same time it's like smooth? I know it has like a little white cast, but yeah. So this was my first time trying the Total Control Drop Foundation by NYX Cosmetics. I bought two because I wasn't sure if the shade was going to be good enough for me. And please don't mind me because this is my first time using like a dropper foundation. I didn't quite understand the concept of it, but okay. So I'm blending this foundation out, and it looks so much more gray for some reason on camera, but in person it was giving skin. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm thinking it's the lighting or in my room or my setup, but for real, guys, like, this foundation was so good. And I know that some people say this foundation didn't work for them, and I was honestly expecting it not to, but it worked for me. Like, please don't be fooled by, what this camera picked up. It was definitely giving skin. It looked amazing, and I'm glad that I'm kind of mad that I didn't have to buy two, because that shade alone worked. Then I paired it with their Born to Glow concealer. Bruh, this concealer was it was just like butter. It was so smooth. It blended out so nicely. I feel like I did put a lot low-key, because like I was kind of assuming that it was gonna be like medium coverage, and I like my under eye to be snatched, but in my opinion it really did a good job, like snatching up underneath my eye. And yeah, guys, I'm just blending that out and making sure it looks even. And yeah, you know the drill. Regular stuff, just blending it out and trying to get in that inner corner with my Morphe concealer brush. And really, I just feel like this concealer and this foundation together, it paired so nicely. And I feel like I should do another video, because sometimes I just feel like this video doesn't really do this combo any justice. Not any. It doesn't do it enough justice. Like, so let me know, and I will gladly do that. This could be easily this easily could be like my everyday foundation, because it's so, like, it's affordable. It covers up my my blemishes, but it's not too full coverage. Like, it's just enough, and it's not like a super heavy foundation bottle. I can carry it around in my purse and all that stuff. So yeah.
Still OP on the beat.
So now I'm taking my e.l.f. Putty blush, and I think this was in Turks and Caicos, and it was actually really pretty. Like it's so, I was kind of like nervous about using it, because I never really used a cream blush, but it was giving like such a nice radiant finish, like on top of my concealer and foundation. And why the hell do I have this mirror in front of the camera? But like, it's so subtle, but it's just enough. Like, I just love it. It's literally just enough. And I feel like if you really want to, you can build it up to whatever you want it to be. Like, if you want like super duper like I'm blushing type of look, I think you can definitely do that. And I just love products that are versatile. Like, it could be, drama, or it could be drama free, but literally just enough. And it's so pretty, and I feel like this looks good on to me, it looks like it could be pretty on almost any skin, just about any skin tone. I don't want to say every single one, but just about. And then now that it's all said and done, I'm ready to set my under eye with my Beauty Bakery Pinch of Flour. I just love that line. I love makeup way too much. Like, why does this bring me so much joy? Anyways, I'm just setting underneath my eyes with that powder, and then I'm taking my Makeup Forever HD powder to set the entire face. And honestly, watching this video, I'm just so satisfied, like, with this combo. The Makeup Forever powder is just so to lock in, like, anywhere that wasn't really set, just so that, you know, there's no transfer anywhere. And yeah, I feel like that really helped me stay matte as well, but not super duper matte. And then now I'm taking this matte bronzing palette by Essence that went viral on TikTok. And it's crazy because I heard about this palette before it went viral, and to be honest, I wasn't super duper impressed for me. I feel like I've had way better bronzers, like the Morphe bronzer or the Fenty bronzer in Caramel Cutie, but it was cute. Like if you're looking for a bronzer, I would recommend the Morphe one over this one, but I could see why people do like it, because it's like, you know, you get 4 shades for like $10 or like less than $10. But anyways, now I'm just kind of like cleaning up my contour. I don't really contour, obviously I bronze, but I'm just kind of cleaning that up to make sure that, you know, I kind of look snatched underneath my cheekbones. And yeah, and then I'm taking this fixing spray to help melt my makeup together. Combine all my makeup so it looks like, you know, like it's all gonna. I feel like this is like one of the most important steps that people kind of forget about. But yeah, I'm just taking that to make sure all my makeup comes together. The concealer, the foundation, the blush, all that. And I'm just using this fan to make sure that spray sets into my makeup. And then now it's time to dust away that reverse contour, the powder on my cheek. And yeah, was missing something, so I added some light blue eyeliner from NYX. I think this is their Epic Wear, and now that I'm looking at it, I kind of wish I didn't add it because I kind of feel like it was a little too much. Like it was too, I don't know. Yeah, it's still pretty, but I just kind of feel like I should have went with like a nude, like a beige nude, or like a soft light pink. The blue was kind of like a lot, but it was like the only thing that was like around at the time. So after I did that, I went back in the palette and I took that blue and I stamped it over the blue eyeshadow. And you know, it was cute. Like, it was cute. I don't think I would wear it like this in public, but it was like definitely like a pop. And then now I'm just, you know, adding some mascara to my bottom lashes because I just feel like, why not? I'm already here. I'm already down here doing, you know, this damn blue. Might as well add some, you know, some mascara. I always get nervous when I do this because I always like stab my eye with either the mascara or like the wand or whatever, or my finger if I'm trying to fix it. And yeah, and then after that, I'm adding this what is this Buxom lip liner, and it was my first time using it, and it's like this coral, not in coral, like hot purple pink color. I was just experimenting, so if you don't like it, I totally get it, because I didn't like it either. I actually hated it, not gonna lie, because I'm just such a nude person. And then I took this I think this is the Anastasia lipstick in Naked. Yeah, no, this lip combo wasn't it. Like, yeah. So I think I tried to like tone it down with like a brown lip liner, because honey, I was not feeling it. Yeah, it was too loud for me. Like, I was like, girl, stick to what you know. Stick to what you know, girl. And then I topped it off with some gloss. I wish Amani would have shown you what gloss it is. Oh, it's the Lancome gloss. That's what it was. And then I'm just setting the rest of my face. And that's it, guys. This is the final look. I hope you guys like this look, because I honestly really was back and forth about it. And I got a lot of love on my Instagram for this look. But I just like that, you know, I kind of tried something new, and it was okay. It was okay to try something new and to step out of your comfort zone. So if you're trying to do that, use this video to encourage you. Bye, guys.